have a hot take I want to share with you all. So in the HR world, when somebody goes out on workers' comp, at least this is what I was taught years I was there, our goal was to get that person back to working in some way as quickly as possible, right? So they're out on workers' compensation because they've been injured. And maybe they can't come back and do their actual job. But if they could come in and do paperwork or show up or do something, get them back into a work routine of some sort as soon as possible, we did that. And the reason for that, you might think, oh, it's because you're trying to save money on the claims. But honestly, the reason we did that is the studies showed that the longer somebody stayed out, they got home, they were in their head. They were home, they were thinking about their injury, they weren't progressing as well, they were feeling more frail and feeling weaker and eventually on full disability. And while some people, yes, I get it, probably could never come back, the goal was really try to bring people back in mentally, right? So that they could get back into it. I think about the pandemic and I think it's like the whole world went out on workers' compensation in some ways. We were so injured and triggered and, under incredible duress for a very long extended period of time during lockdown that you'd think afterwards we'd just be so happy. But I think that's when a lot of post-traumatic stress kicked in. Because I'm talking to people every single day who are saying, JT, I just can't find my spark. I can't find my drive. I don't know what I want to do anymore. I'm unhappy. And, we had a great tipping point in the pandemic, the great quit. So many people said, I'm never going to do what I did before. Like it taught me that I don't want to go back. Okay, great. But I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot of people who are now happier, who have found their next thing and are feeling really dialed in and engaged. And I think that's because everyone's still been, out and feeling injured and not in the game. And I talk to people every single day who just aren't feeling right. And I know personally, I'll own to it. When the pandemic ended, I still wasn't fully engaged. I would say it's been this last 6 months that I really got back into it, that I'm working every day and feeling the joy and the energy and the excitement and the passion for what I was doing that I didn't have during that very stressful time and even after it was over. So I'm really curious if any of you out there can relate to this and can understand it. More importantly, if you're somebody that did get your spark back, your mojo, what'd you do? How'd you get yourself out of it? What was the tipping point for you? Because I think we've got to help people with this. I think there are a lot of people out there that are saying, I know what I don't want, but I also don't want to feel this way anymore. Depression is when we look back and it makes us unhappy and we think we can't fix it. We just feel stuck. We can't move forward. Anxiety is fear of the future, fear of the unknown, fear of what could happen. So I think there are a lot of people sitting here with depression and anxiety about work, and we need to fix that. We need to help people. Do you agree with me? What are your thoughts on this? Tell me in the comments below.